Cricket 24, developed by Big N Studios, hit the shelves last October amidst much fanfare. Several months back, I crafted a review video dissecting the game's state at that juncture. But now, as we surpass the 6-month mark since its release, let's delve into the current state of affairs. A major talking point upon Cricket 24's release was the promised revolutionary fielding, a significant departure from the lackluster performance in Cricket 22. Initial impressions suggested marked improvements in this department. However, subsequent patches introduced unwarranted changes, resulting in fielders stationed at the boundaries often failing to track the ball's trajectory or remaining rooted in place. Nevertheless, throws are now swifter, boasting a balanced mix of accuracy, misfields and overthrows. Addressing the issue of unresponsive fielders could elevate the game's quality significantly. Notably absent is the ability for the first slip to take catches while bowling, rendering the position redundant. Overall, while there has been a marginal improvement in fielding, it's not without its hiccups. My fielding rating stands at 6.5 out of 10. Once a relatively bug-free domain, batting has encountered turbulence in the recent months, particularly for users employing arcade batting controls. Two prominent issues plague this control scheme: the inability to execute sweeps or special shots, and a lack of realistic edges regardless of shot quality, resulting in overly forgiving gameplay. While I personally opt for pro controls, the majority favor standard or arcade controls, making the experience frustrating for many. This aspect requires urgent attention. Nonetheless, batting, especially with the introduction of the new batting style number 7, remains a joy. Subtle refinements in batting mechanics, from the nuances of defensive strokes to the addition of new shots, contribute to a more fluid experience. Batting against spin is genuinely challenging, enhancing the game's enjoyability. Off the box, batting might seem easy, but utilizing custom sliders to tweak settings can heighten competitiveness. I would rate batting 7 out of 10, with deductions attributed to arcade control issues and the absence of further batting styles. Bowling has largely remained unchanged from the previous edition, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Bowling, especially in the longer format, offers a gratifying experience for those with the patience for it. Different conditions, coupled with added physical pitch deterioration, lend a realistic touch to the gameplay. Setting up a batter with a sustained spell of short-pitch bowling and then catching them off guard with a surprise full delivery remains a favorite tactic, particularly in Test cricket. Visually, the spin bowling mechanics have undergone significant improvement, striking a better balance in gameplay. However, I hope for the addition of more bowling actions and variations in future updates. Overall, the bowling mechanism offers a comprehensive package with the ability to execute various maneuvers such as changing the angle of the run-up, shining the ball, seam, swing or even bowling cutters. I would rate bowling a solid 8 out of 10. Recent updates have introduced several new stadiums to the game, including ones from Pakistan and a renovated Hyderabad stadium. As expected from Big N Studios, licensed stadiums boast fantastic visuals. However, adjustments regarding field size, particularly for Indian stadiums like Narendra Modi Stadium, could enhance gameplay. Nonetheless, the inclusion of new stadiums is a welcome addition. In terms of gameplay, Cricket 24 closely resembles its previous edition Cricket 22, albeit with some adjustments. Regrettably, batsmen still exhibit sliding movements instead of realistic footwork at the crease, and replays often appear glitched during shot execution. Graphically, while not reaching AAA standards, the visuals are decent. Playing a day and night game of Big Bash League or the 100 showcases the game's full glory, with English and Australian stadiums exuding an authentic vibe. However, animations remain somewhat clunky and collision detection issues persist, detracting from the overall experience. The game can also improve on the grass and the overall vibe of the subcontinent stadium, which lags behind of those from Australia and England. One of the focal points of this edition is the abundance of licenses, a boon for cricket enthusiasts. With 8 IPL teams included, Indian fans have reason to rejoice. However, the absence of licenses for the two fan favourites, Chennai Super Kings and Royal Challengers Bengaluru, comes as a disappointment. Pakistani fans, on the other hand, are not as fortunate, as PSL players remain unscanned and without proper uniforms even 6 months post-release. While player faces are remarkably accurate, the lack of proper body scans results in indifferent physiques, detracting from the game's realism. Furthermore, the absence of personalized batting and bowling styles for most licensed players diminishes over satisfaction of playing with them. In conclusion, Cricket 24 often feels like a Cricket 22.5 than a true successor. Despite its flaws, there is an undeniable charm waiting to be discovered within the game. Overall, I rate the game a solid 6.75 out of 10.